what if you decided you wanted to build a gun collection starting from scratch, but you're a fairly successful guy and you've got a budget of $10,000? Well, today, 2 men will compete head-to-head to see who can build the best gun collection for 10 grand. At the end of building our collections, we will select a judge. That judge will crown a winner who has built the best $10,000 gun collection. Let's get the competition started.
Let's go.
Okay, here we go, 30 minutes on the clock. Super high-end shop. We basically had to do 10,000 bucks for the budget on this. So obviously we know we're gonna need a rifle. We know we're gonna need a pistol.
So we need a good pistol, a good rifle, and I think a good long gun.
So Brett, pistols are all these 2 cases, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I have actually heard of this Kings River Customs. Apparently this guy was a Nighthawk gunsmith. Oh wow, that is a tight fit, holy shit. Okay, King Rivers with that barrel lockup. I'm starting pistols first because pistols are probably the least stocked thing here. So I'm gonna okay, let's deal with the most difficult thing first. I never thought $10,000 was gonna be difficult. An APC, that would be kind of interesting. I feel like Chris has a high probability of going Noveski. Part of me wants to just leave that for him.
Can we talk about this Noveski build up here? Do you know how much this guy's going for?
5143.
5143. Shit.
Okay, basically by default, this is gonna have to be a 1911 or a 2011 platform. So we've got an Alchemy single stack. I own that gun, great gun. And then we've got some Alchemy double stacks and staccato. So really the pistol is gonna come down to
2955.
Take a guess, what belt am I wearing?
I think you're wearing a Ciguera. Let me see. Let me see what's on those hips. Whip it out. Whew.
There it is, light inner Velcro belt. There's the logo. This is not a knockoff. I didn't buy this on eBay. It's a real fucking deal.
Real fucking deal.
Yeah, real fucking deal right here, everyone. So a little humiliating. It says XS, extra small. It's just how they size these. I have a normal man size waist. They just size them small.
You have an extra small man size waist.
But here's the deal. This is my EDC belt. That's what I've been carrying in all day. This would be a great option for you. You could also do the Emissary if you wanted to bump it up, something a little bit more sort of universally kind of rigid, where you could do carry, you could do range, you could do any of that kind of stuff. You could do karate. I mean, really, at the end of the day, if you wanted to. Battle belt option there would be the Battle Wagon. So if you like wagons and you do battle or fight cardboard targets, that's great. Or a SWAT unit, you could do that as well. So anyway, great stuff over there at Ciguera Gear. Check them out. We'll have some stuff linked below. The code you guys can plug in there is 1911 Syndicate. No spaces, all lowercase. That'll save you guys 10% off of the whole freaking store. And they make a lot more than just belts, but belts is kind of the bread and butter. So appreciate their support. Check it out. What's a Staccato CS runner?
2679.
An XL is too much gun. For first time, for like if you're building your collection from scratch, that's too much gun. Staccato XC is too niche of a gun. It's comped. An Alchemy Commander really makes a lot of sense here.
Selfishly, I've wanted a Radian for I don't know how long.
But it's a Commander, so you can train your ass off with it. You can have it as a bedside gun. It's still railed. You can get a light on it. You can get a dot on it. You can carry it. Shit, okay. What's the price on an Alchemy Commander?
43.99.
That's a lot of budget. Okay, man, that's a tricky budget, man. I really want that Alchemy. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have the budget for it. All right, let's go rifles.
I think we're gonna keep that Radian on there for the AR. So let's check that box, which is 8.6, but with the recessed pork chop.
Yes.
Yeah. And then who makes this handguard?
It's a Q.
Is it? Okay, cool. So that's all done up from Q, right? With your guys' logo on it. Surprisingly, that might be on the list. So let's hold off on that. This is actually gonna be a little bit tougher than I thought it was gonna be. Trying to stay within that 10 grand, right?
That's up fast.
This, what is this, a C2 Staccato you got in here? Or is it the CS? CS, sorry.
CS, yeah.
CS. What's that going for?
2679.
So that for sure is gonna stay on the list, so we can keep that on the final build.
The good news, there is a secret room that I forgot about.
Or actually, we should probably go in that room.
Yeah, let's check out
is that okay?
Yeah, let's check out
Cool.
the High Rollers Lounge.
Yeah, let's do that. So the High Rollers Lounge. Don't forget that, Crispy.
High Rollers Lounge. Check this bad boy out. Okay, let's see if anything opened up here. Oh, hello, LWRC 45. Kind of cool. Not really a strategic buy, but also kind of awesome. Ooh, the AK could move the needle for me. It's a top rail. I could throw an optic on this, and it's a limited, only 300. This is 242 out of 300. Well, that's kind of cool. What's the price tag on the Sam 7?
It's hard to say with that being so limited. I think MSRP was around 3,000 on that, but not sure what they actually sell for.
Okay. Well, give me a number, because I'm going to need an actual number to go on.
All right, we'll figure something out for you.
Dude, is this a legit Dragunov?
Yes, the B&T import,
Yes.
the FEG 18.
I saw too the 416 up there. would be, that's select fire as well?
It is.
Hello. Hello, friend. Look like my kind of jam right there.
That's really cool. I mean, you don't see a lot of those in a shop.
I mean, now we're talking. Are we not?
It's a machine gun, so that's non-transferable right now.
Dang it. Okay,
But,
so this is off.
That one is a 6 arc.
6 arc?
Yes.
What's the price on that?
Let me find out.
The caliber makes a big difference. I'm typically not a caliber guy, and the new kind of Gucci calibers have never really impressed me. I've done a lot of shooting and testing on those 6 arcs though, and for out 2,000 meters to replace 5.56, that gun is...
Okay, so really kind of the leading contenders, AK or some sort of AR. We know Chris is gonna do an AR. We know it. Just science, it's fact. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna need a price on that AK.
22 minutes. We got plenty of time.
32.25 for that 6 arc.
Okay, so we're gonna take off the Radian. We're gonna do that 6 arc Noveski. Now all we should have is the Noveski 6 arc and that CS, which should bring us to 5 and change.
Yep, 59.04.
Let's do some rough budgeting here. So I'll see if I can get them around 3 Gs on the AK. You remember what the Alchemy was? Like 42?
43.
Oh, man. I mean, that put me at 7,300 without an optic on the AK. So what do I need on? So I'd have about 2. Okay, so what optic selections could I put on the AK?
All right, 896 on the T2.
896 on the T2.
And then probably a castle mount or reptilia mount.
43?
43, yeah. So we are at 84.96.
So I got 1,500 bucks. What can I get done for 1,500 bucks?
I'm gonna need a suppressor for that Noveski.
We have the Alleycat 762 that will work with that.
Okay. Yeah, no, we're gonna go with the titanium one of that.
Okay.
Yeah, so throw that on there for me, please.
Fuck it, suppress the AK. I'd be at 94.95. Oh, I don't have a dot for the Alchemy yet. Damn it.
71.54. So we got a decent amount of money. Do you have like any 3 to 12s or anything of that sort?
Yeah, if you want to check it out, I'll figure out the price.
2.5 by 20. Okay, we're probably gonna go with that. Let's see what the price is on that.
94.32.
Okay, 94.32. And then we just need a red dot for that Sia, which you hollow sun.
Is there a red dot that's 500 bucks? For a pistol dot?
Will be 539.
Oh, that's gonna break my heart. I have $505. This just got complicated because now I've given you a pistol with no dot. I'm gonna have to cut the can off the damn AK. Okay, so.
We definitely want to go closed emitter. So EPS carry, 97.61. So we got a couple bucks left over for, so it looks like we're getting fully built out rifle, fully built out pistol.
Both a suppressed. Okay, how much was that cheaper can?
$7.99.
So call it 800 bucks. And then I got like 800 bucks left. I could get an RMR. That's what's up right there. So at that point, I've got an AK with a dot, suppressed, gangster. I've got an Alchemy high cap Quantico Commander with an RMR. And that's it. Boy, I gave you 2 guns for 10 grand. Whatever rich kid had $10,000 to start his gun collection, you're welcome. This is a good selection. I'm reasonably confident in this, but it really depends on the judge and how much the judge can look at the brilliance of what I've done and the stupidity of whatever Chris does. If he can fairly judge these selections, I'm good. You could never argue against what I just did. Ooh, I like that can. Big old fat boy right there. Holy shit. Come on, that is a badass combo.
99.65. Okay,
Throw
so
another
total
t-shirt.
99.65.
Another big thanks to the other sponsor of today's video. That would be Big Tex Ordnance. It's big, it's in Texas, and Ordnance. You put all that together, you got Big Tex Ordnance. They carry a ton of stuff from optics to lights to accessories for your AR and all kinds of different things, like a tactical superstore, if you will, but for cool guy shit. So check that out. You guys can plug in the code 1911SYN, which is 1911SYN, not spelled with an I, spelled with a Y. That'll save you guys 10% off of their store. All your orders will ship same day, as long as you place it by 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. They actually sort of like mandate that their employees shoot and train there, which I can appreciate because I think the gun industry has kind of a shockingly small amount of actually gun people that are in it. So I appreciate that they're a shop that says, hey, no, you guys go shoot, get better as shooters. That way you can advise people on gear and carry gear that actually matters. I appreciate that. So Check that out, Big Tex Ordnance. We'll have some stuff below. Code, as I mentioned, F or 1911 SYN. That'll save you guys 10%. If you want to sign up for our Patreon, there's all kinds of cool perks, from private whiskeys that you get early access to private Patreon classes. We had a group of our Patreons get to tour the Grey Room and do all kinds of cool shit. I can't even actually tell you about everything because some of it was like you had to be there to kind of get that wild experience. But check that out, linked below. Appreciate it. On with the show. Okay, here we are. Mason is going to judge our gun selections. The way that we do this is we go 2 minutes apiece. Okay, so I'll give you a 2-minute spiel here. Then Chris will give you his 2-minute bullshit that he's going to try to sell you on.
Jeez, dude.
Okay, and then we get one more 2-minute round each. If we all deem it necessary, we can do a 1-minute lightning round, at the end of which you will crown a champion, and you can damn Chris to hell or whatever you want to do to him. So start the clock. Start the clock on that.
All right, and 3, 2, started.
Okay, so I went with the strategy of let's
Bullshit.
do more with less is kind of the direction I want. I could have given you like 5 guns, maybe not here, but I could have given you more than this. But I thought I like Mason. I was like, Mason's friend. Like, I want him to do well when the world ends. And so I wanted to give you real deal shit, like real deal shit that you could depend your life on. You could go to the range, you could have fun. If the apocalypse pops off, you're ready to go, which would mean the only real answer is to give you an AK. And so this is a limited edition. As you know, this is number 242 of 300. So if we're gonna be honest, not only awesome for the apocalypse, awesome for a collector. I like to think you're a financially savvy guy that would be like, well, I do like the fact that this value, the value is going to increase over time because they ain't making any more of these. They're only 300. But if shit pops off, right, things get a little squirrely outside, no problem.
Are you gonna worry about an investment then? Let's be real.
Well, but you never know. You could
Just
barter
saying.
with this.
Sorry, this is your time. Sorry.
You could barter with this in the apocalypse, but
So
look,
give up your gun in the apocalypse.
and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be like, here, sir, take my gun. And I'm gonna, let me tell you what's gonna happen next. I'm gonna be like, here you go, take this. I'll take all of your food and everything. You give me that, I'll give you my AK, you give me all your food and everything. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this alchemy high cap commander, I'm gonna smoke you in your stupid face, and I'm gonna take my gun back and your food.
So you went with an
I
AK
might take your woman too. I
and
don't
a
know.
2011.
What?
You went with an AK and a 2011?
That's correct, because I wanted to go tale of 2 cities. I wanted to go comm block and then full fucking America is what I wanted to do.
I can tell he's not impressed.
He hasn't said anything.
No comment.
He hasn't said a
Nonverbal
damn thing
communication
yet.
is a real thing.
Hasn't said a damn thing yet. So I can lay it down. Gun never needs to be clean. It's going to escalate in value. This will probably be worth $12,000 in a month.
Time's
right?
up. Time's up.
Great.
Time's up. You got some good stuff here.
I'm not passing judgment yet.
It's okay to pass it on him. You want to do the honors of the timer?
Sure, I'll keep an eye on your clock. You ready, big
Don't
dog?
mess with it either.
You ready?
Yeah, go.
All right, 2 minutes.
2
go.
minutes. So he went with some communist bullshit, and I think you're familiar with Noveski, correct?
Just a little bit.
Do you know their company slogan? All American badass rifle company.
Okay.
Okay, so
Fair.
we're going with America. For that, we went with the Noveski, but not a 5.56 like Jake thinks.
Oh, no.
This is a 6 arc.
I see where we're going.
Oh, geez.
So my original intent with this was to get you a good AR, a good long range gun, and a good EDC gun. Instead, we just slapped the long gun and the AR into one with a 6 arc. Do you know why that works, Jake? No, you don't, because you
There's
don't
not
know
a reason
shit.
that it does. There's not a reason.
Because
that it
6 arc is good close quarters, and this is a little shorty. But this is also a gun you can reach out to 1,000 meters consistently with good hits and good terminal ballistics.
This is true.
So to me, I think the only option would be a 6 arc in an American platform made by an American rifle company, because you're a badass. See what I did there?
is such a joke.
See what I did there? That was pretty good, dude. And for that, you're gonna need optics that go with that. So a big chunk of the budget went on a 2 to 5 by 20.
Oh, this is a suicide
Night Force.
mission. Oh,
'Cause again-
CQB, great for CQB.
Are you gonna let me talk, or are you gonna?
I think the audience.
You're like a
is-
wife bitching in the background about nothing. So
You're
just
welcome.
Discipline and abuse. Remember that, dude.
Okay.
Okay. This, because it's 2 to 5, you're still gonna be fine with CQB. Like, you're gonna be able to roll through a house, no problems with it. You're gonna be a little zoomed in, but you're gonna make it work, right? Shoot with both eyes open, use the point of your barrel. You're gonna be good 50 meters in, and easily 1,000 meters. So this is a must, right? Would you agree?
I would agree with
Yeah,
that.
well, he didn't agree
1,000
with
meters
anything
is a
he
must.
said.
I
So-
didn't ask for Mason's opinion.
Yeah, you didn't want it. So let that down. There we go. Another thing, and actually I'm gonna run out of time, so we're just gonna Wait 1 second.
Yep, you're done.
It's good logic behind that, huh, Mason? You'll make the right choice today. It's okay. So round number 2 of our 2-minute spiels.
Yep.
You good to go and start.
One thing I would always recommend is to suppress your weapons. So we've got this sweet hunk of meat arsenal over here. And what I'm gonna do is 2 things to really beef up its apocalyptic capabilities. One, throw the fattest goddamn suppressor you've ever seen.
Do you know the name of it?
It's from what, Rexilenium, I know that.
It's the Putnik, right?
Resilient suppressors, Putnik.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever, I was
So
close.
you didn't even know the suppressor manufacturer.
Whatever, I was close.
But again, communist shit.
And I'm gonna give you a T2 because one, you would never need to shoot. We live in an urban environment, let's all be honest. We don't need to shoot to 1,000 yards. When the apocalypse pops off, you're not going to the mountains, you're gonna sit in your house and you're gonna defend it from the looters. So you're gonna need an aim point T2. Rugged, battery, lasts forever.
choice.
I got a riser if you wanna run nods, if you get into that game at some point. The primary fighting rifle is non-debatable at this point, but I was like, man, I gotta give you something classy that can do everything. The Alchemy Quantico High Cap Commander, keyword there, is both a range gun, it is a class gun, this could be a bedside gun, this could be a conceal carry gun because it's a commander. If I ever wanted to splurge and throw a light on, no problem, I got a light rail, but you know what? I value your eyes. That's why I gave you an RMR, right? I gave you an RMR on it because I'm a nice guy.
I appreciate that.
I'm a nice guy, right? So there's not a lot else that really needs to be said. I've given you the most reliable rifle known to mankind, and we can't even really debate that. With an optic, with a can, you can do anything you possibly want with it. I've given you basically America's pistol, except better because it's double stack. With an optic, I find myself not needing to say a whole lot more here. I'm pretty comfortable. As a beginner, right, that's what I would leave you with, is like, you're new, you're getting your first guns. Don't you want America's pistol and an AK, the core of any good gun collection? It ain't really debatable. 2-1 time.
Jeez.
Okay, ready to roll?
Yeah, go ahead.
Round 2. Send it.
You want to do me a favor and take a sip out of your coffee cup again?
There's
Just
nothing in it.
real quick. Just real quick.
I may
Oh
have just
wait,
finished it.
what mug is that?
This says Noveski, fuck yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
Fitting. Interesting.
Yeah, pander to the judges.
Interesting. I just find it an interesting thing. So, he was talking about some bullshit suppression over there and had no clue what he was talking about. Didn't even know the name of the suppressor. Cat, right? This is the Alley Cat 762. Not only that, it's titanium, so we get to shave a decent amount of weight, right?
Absolutely.
Apocalypse, you want to shave some weight, right? Also, flash suppression, because you're going to be taking longer shots. This caliber will be much more suited for the apocalypse because you don't know this. Good hunting caliber. Noveski's done a lot of research on shooting a lot of deer and stuff with 6 arc and had
the
some really
ammo's
good
everywhere.
success.
I'm sure it's really easy to find the ammo.
I don't think ammo was a factor in this. Oh no, it wasn't. Okay, so we're not gonna worry about that, right? But you do need a good sidearm. Again, I went with America, specifically Texas, with the Staccato CS. Okay, good enough to conceal carry, which is all you're gonna want in the beginning. This is also big enough. You can throw a light on there and an optic that you could have it as a bedside gun. And once again, old red, white, and blue Jake, Texas. Now, to top this off, we got you an enclosed emitter, Hollow Sun EPS. I know it's not America, but we're gonna let that one slide for a little bit. This is just a sprinkle of communism instead of a full dose, right? On top of all that, I got you, because while you're shooting your nice setups, you need to have a good peace of mind guns hat.
This is so bullshit. This is such bullshit.
And then we also can't forget, and again, I'm well within budget. You gotta have the right swag. 90% of shooting is looking cool.
Ridiculous.
You got the tattoos. Now you're gonna get yourself a shirt and a hat with a Noveski and a Staccato.
No.
I mean, for crying out loud, dude. It's a little hard to argue this isn't the complete setup here. So I know you'll make the right choice, and that is my time. You see how I timed that? That was good, wasn't it?
No comment.
It's okay to say I did
so
better.
stupid.
Yeah, it's totally okay. You're not going to lose a friend here, and remember, the one place he's going is hell.
That for the apocalypse.
So.
You'd never pick that for the apocalypse. It's the worst thing you could possibly do.
It's not
But
about
is this the apocalypse or is this
Everything.
beginner
Oh,
collection?
Everything.
oh, great question from the guy who he's.
It's all of it.
All of it?
It's all of it.
He didn't say that in the beginning.
You got to assume your beginner gun collection will have to take you to the apocalypse.
He never
You
said
have to
that.
assume you might have to ride off into the fucking sunset of the apocalypse with this shit.
Mason, you know why we don't assume things, right? Because it makes an ass out of you and me.
This is true.
Okay.
Don't let him
So
sway
let's not
you.
assume anything here, sir.
Don't let him sway you.
I don't think I need an extra minute. I think he's...
I don't need an extra minute either.
Okay. So we're just going to let him
We can have
decide?
some conversations. We can roam around and have some conversations about it. Okay, so I think we presented you with two very different options. Very different options. One superior to the other, obviously.
Clearly.
But
I got a lot of stuff. Will you hold that for me? Just... Oh, man,
don't have
it
to
looks
hold that.
good on you, too.
you don't have to do that.
Let's take that for a test drive. Sorry, go ahead, Jake. What you're saying?
What do you think? Give us some thoughts.
You guys are really making it hard today.
Is it, though?
It's
It
not
really
really
is.
that difficult.
It is difficult.
Well, you got to look at it like this. A round that's, I mean, how much is 6-arc run per round?
That is a damn good question.
A bit?
That wasn't factored in, remember.
A bit?
This
though?
is just starting your collection.
Yeah, but
he always
that's what
throws
I'm
rules
saying.
in like this when he starts to lose.
Oh, it's not a rule, it's a
I
consideration.
mean, you're running 7.62 over here. Fortunately, it's not 5.45 because that would be an absolute
right.
nightmare.
Yeah, this is a very strategically, done thing. here.
Understood.
I mean, these
Understood.
are not easy to come by. Dude, God, I love limited edition stuff. But yeah, it just makes me excited, you know.
Yeah. I like stuff that's effective, close in, far out, multi-purpose. That really doesn't serve any purpose. That checks like 9 boxes for you.
Yeah.
Just keep that in mind.
Man, the nature of those hand fit alchemies, though, holy smokes, really blow your mind.
Yeah.
Look at that bad boy. Oh,
What you
tight
don't know
lock up.
is that I've got one of these sitting in my office
Oh yeah.
that has my name on it.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
this is the one you were saying you didn't like, right? You're super displeased with?
No, he would never do that. He would never do that.
Totally joking, Alchemy.
And
It's
But
a-
let's just put that in your hand too, real quick. Just
Sure,
see-
I mean, if you
look
wanna-
at how that feels.
worse.
Just nice.
Yeah, is the answer.
It looks good, fits your hand well. Gonna conceal much easier than this. I mean, that gun is twice the weight, so let's factor that in.
what you also don't know is that I do love 6-arc.
Look,
It's hard not to.
Badass for a first-time gun owner. Boy, that's a pretty niche route you just went down.
Is it though? With the military contracts, the bullet development from Hornady, let alone 10 other ammo manufacturers, I mean, it's pretty good for a first caliber. I mean, for my first caliber, I would have preferred 6-arc over 5.56. That's
Did
just
you?
me.
Do you own one?
Well, it wasn't around then.
But do you own one now?
Well, it wasn't around then.
No. But right now, 2024.
Like right now?
Yeah. Do you own one?
I mean, that's not part of the conversation.
No. But I own a few of these.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You're in a
I
different,
own one of those.
You're in a different tax bracket than me, though. So.
No. Here's a consideration, Mason. Check out what's down at your foot there. Is that a fucking
Are you
five?
dropping
Is
fi-
that a fucking?
Are you dropping fibers on
Is
me?
that a 5-banger at your foot?
This guy.
Because my rule generally in life is if you find cash on the ground, it's typically yours. It's finder's keeper sort of scenario.
Yeah,
there.
which means no one paid him that. He just got lucky that a
Pay for
previous
parking,
customer.
pay for coffee, pay for, how about this? Pay for 1 round of 6-arc?
That's being a little.
Yeah,
Over the top,
probably
but-
conservative. It's probably $8 a round.
No, it's like that's 3 rounds of 6-arc. Calm your shorts.
Yep, I'd
that
say
action.
about 3 rounds.
So what do you think of like manual of arms though, right? Like doesn't that just feel natural to you where this has a weird clunky reload sequence? Like
Not true.
just kind of, this is always kind of awkward, right? Like AK, got to come underneath. This, you have multiple options, ambidextrous, charging handle. This is 50 state compliant too because it's a pistol.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm very conflicted here because I love 6-arc, the ability to stretch out a 12.5-inch Noveski to 1,000 yards
Consistently.
consistently,
Repeatedly.
out of the box, and throw an alley cat on it. That's a hell of a setup.
Kind of the cat's meow, as they say.
Absolutely a hell of a setup.
Good pun, but yeah.
On the flip side, as I told you, I've got one of these sitting in my office.
Right.
And now I'm conflicted between which speaks to me more, the rifle or the pistol. And
Just remember, a sidearm is to fight to your primary, right?
Which
So,
is
like,
more likely to actually get used? Pistol. That's why it's called CCW.
that's fair.
This is
That's
small enough
fair.
to put in a bag also. So
Why?
that's not fitting in a bag. This, right? I mean,
I also love limited edition. So,
Oh,
as you know,
speak my language.
yes, we are birds of a feather.
Oh, yeah.
how does limited edition work with like harvesting a deer? Does that? It plays not a fucking factor. So just saying.
Deer, if a deer saw me with this coming, the deer would off itself.
You do
It would
nothing
be
because
so
you ain't gonna
scared.
hit him. They're not accurate.
Are you kidding?
You're gonna have
So-
to get up within like 20 feet. Mason.
So what are we running optic? There's no optic for this.
There's
then,
a
right?
T2.
Oh, there's a T2. That's right.
T2.
That's right. There is a can. There's the
And a
pike neck.
can.
Yep.
But it was so forgettable you forgot.
No, I just
Right?
didn't bring it over.
We're like a 2.5 by 20. You ain't gonna forget.
So really the question I think that we're all kind of faced with today is Mason going to become a man
Communist.
and hang out with me, or he's going to
American.
be trendy and cool, you know,
We got the election coming up.
super
Don't forget
overhyped.
that.
So what do we got?
I'd prefer to be both.
Wouldn't we all? Wouldn't we all?
Unfortunately, today is not a day that you can transition between one or the other.
Yeah, no transition zone here.
Not today.
Yep. America.
I think I've got to go America. I think I'm
With
going,
the alchemy?
I think I'm going 6 arc. I'm going primary 6 arc, 12 and a half inch, 1,000-yard gun. We live in Utah. Stretch it out. Staccato is the backup. And as much as I love the alchemy, and I'm keeping one personally, I'm also keeping a 12 and a half 6 arc.
Man,
Dang.
really let me down here.
That's a bummer. You lost at your own game.
You cut me deep, Shrek. You cut me deep.
Great reference.
You cut me deep. dog.
Yeah. Well, you win some, you lose some. Sometimes America.
I'm taking that back.
You can take your money back. Yes,
I got you,
please.
buddy.
Yes.
It's
I
not
got
my
you.
money. It was found on the ground legally, but I'm taking it now. That's mine.
You made the right choice today, Mason.
If it had been a 20, 100, who knows where
Who
this would
knows?
have gone.
Yeah. He's a cheap date. But America is proud of you for your choice. Texas is proud of you for your choice. And more than anything, I'm proud of you. So good job today, Mason.
Okay. Now we'll let Chris do his little victory speech now.
I mean, I don't really need to say much more than that, right? He made the right choice. It was very easy. Clearly, as soon as Jake pulled out some comm block shit, he was disinterested. The only thing that lit a little bit of fire was the alchemy, which I'll hand it to you. Great sidearm. Beautiful gun. But Russian America, America. Mason made the right choice today. So,
I would agree with that statement.
do you want to cry about anything or throw a tantrum like you do?
Two things, and then we'll wrap it up on this. One, see you guys next week. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Two, fuck both y'all.